Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another replay cast. Today we're playing the Waffenträger Panzer IV, the Tier 9 German turreted tank destroyer, also known as Waffenpanzer, Waffenpanzer IV. Can call it all different kind of names. Playing it with a 15cm gun because I like big numbers. Big numbers are good. Playing on Karelia, Tier 9 game. If you look at the matchups though, they have a better medium setup. We have a Lorraine, but they do have a T-54 and double type 59. So if they wanted to, the hill would be theirs. And usually what I do on this map is play rather aggressive and push down to where, about to where the CDC is now. But in this lineup, that is probably a terrible idea, and I'd rather stay back here and try to clutch off somebody who overcommits. But it seems that they are just fine sitting there and shooting the CDC, which is rather unfortunate for me. Then again, at this range, penning those tanks frontally with this gun would be quite the task. So the equipment I use on this while we are sitting here and doing nothing is rammer, binos, because this thing got nerfed in the view range, so you don't really want to use optics anymore, and gun length drive, as it does not is not able to carry bird stab. The way I played the Waffle though, the view range changes didn't really change anything, let's be real here. Sure, I guess in some extent it's slightly worse for playing aggressive, as the enemy campering TDs with binos will spot you first, but at the same time, if you just move on from cover to cover, you can still activate the binos and shoot anybody in the face anyways. And I really like to play this thing in a rather close range in comparison to how most other people play the Waffle, so it does not really matter. I mean, this is usually not the start I would get in the Waffle. That KV4 is a very special boy, in a very special position, in a very special tank. Anyways, we haven't spotted that many tanks in their team, and it doesn't look like they are gonna be south, so we probably will relocate to play defense now. And decision to where to put my tank now is kind of a tricky one. I kind of want to go to play semi-aggressively at the start, but these types will make me change my mind rather quickly, as our defense really won't have what it takes to deal with that. First shot I fire sadly misses the target. The lead was actually okay. I might have still bounced. The range was pretty insane there. But anyways, we missed our first shot, so now we're gonna go back for a more convenient defense and climb up higher to get a better vantage point and get some easier shots if it's possible. Important mindset to keep when you play with the 750 alpha gun on this tank is that you really don't want to be sniping with this. The gun, even though on paper should be as accurate as something like a T10, the Russian Tier 9 heavy tanks gun, which is actually reasonably accurate, this is just, it doesn't really deliver. The bad shell velocity also hurts it quite a bit, and this is probably the shittiest target you can ever shoot at this range. I'll try to lead the shot for his lower plate and hope to get lucky. And the shot was actually kind of close. The timing of that was terrible, as I could have easily shot the 69 in the side, but in the end I just bounced off the SD1 as you would expect. What's also pretty bad is that my Waffenpanzer IV does not have 6th sense in this game, which obviously hurts my chances to escape without taking damage in return. But at this range, this tank's camo, I should be fine, plus those both are Russian heavies. Unless they're using optics, there's no way those two would have spotted me. Gonna try to shoot SD1 again. 230 pen is more than enough to pen the hull side like this. And another good feature about these shells that they have this arch, and bad shell velocity usually means that it's quite easy to land shots on, neglect the enemy angling just a bit more to help you with that poor pen. Now I was trying to help the Lorraine with the IS-3, but I can't see him, and instead of that I land a pretty lucky shot on this T10, which really will help us moving forward. So now the Borsig should fall back. He's also using the big gun like real men do, but for some reason he thought it's a good idea to push in when he is a one-shot, so he got cleaned up. And now we can witness how RNG giveth to you sometimes, and in the following shot we will witness how the RNG taketh away as well. Really lucky shot in Type 59. That one, I had no right to prevent him there, and the fact that I did will push him back, and he's the better player here. But as I said, that shot had no right to really miss that badly as well. I could have aimed longer, but then again I was expecting the T10 to pay at least some amount of attention, but he ended up paying none. Now I did a high roll here to kill this guy, and like getting a fire on that hull is not actually that hard. Obviously, I'm not going to claim that I was aiming for the fuel tank, because obviously I wasn't. But the amount of times when you set those buggers on fire frontally is not, well, that's not something that uncommon. I'm not really sure what this guy is thinking. I'm not really sure how long he thought my reload is going to be, but it is way more than enough time for me to reload and pick the kill there up as well. Talking about that, while the DPM is slightly better with the 12.9 centimeter gun, this gun actually isn't far away from that either, with 2600 base damage per minute without all the equipments and all that stuff. So the DPM on this is actually reasonably competitive. It's on the level with the Object 704. And that thing does not have a turret, so this does have the advantage over that in most situations. Then again, the 704 obviously has 40 more pen, which makes quite a big difference when you are at range. So this gun really isn't meant to be sniping from range, but the DPM it can deliver at close quarters is pretty insane. Also, if you're facing tanks that only do 250 damage, they can't really re-peek you all that often anyways, especially if you have like one T-44 like I had there, just to keep the enemies away from the idea that they can just load HE and bully me, even though they could have still maybe tried that. But then again, they were playing really with really bad coordination, those two types, so I took a really big advantage over that. Now though, Conqueror and Rheinmetall Borsig left to go. Doesn't look that impressive this game, right? So have to do something to make it better, and you guessed it, let's load HE, boys. The Conqueror's ass is made out of folded cardboard, so is the Rheinmetall Borsig, and there already shouldn't really be an issue with this HE as well. Pretty bad timing here, don't get a clean shot on the Borsig, but the RD is backing out in the open, so we're gonna shoot that instead, and pick up the first kill out of the 3. The Conqueror is in a pretty bad spot for me now, so I'm just gonna advance again. Like, they have no real chance of spotting me, and the Conqueror is starting to take damage. He gets unspotted though, unluckily for me, but at the same time, I like big numbers. That's why I like this gun. And shooting HE at something like that can be rather hilarious. And the Conqueror, as I said, the ass of that tank is also made out of paper, so I shouldn't really have that much issue spanning it. It's all about hitting him, and I do hit. And we see another big number. 1066 damage in one shot is pretty ridiculous for a 14-second reload. And here is the end plate. 4158 experience with the double ace tanker, top gun, tank sniper, and high caliber. 7136 damage done. 0 assisted, unsurprisingly as well. And we did end up picking up 6 kills as well. 1386 base experience. A pretty silly game for this tank. Really funny cleanup there at the end. And I mean, this game just showcases why I like to play with this gun. I mean, the static playstyle where you jerk off somewhere in the background in a bush isn't really for me. So something like this that has really good DPM, a turret, and high alpha damage is just like why I like this tank and why I picked up and started playing it recently. So I hope you guys enjoyed this replay cast as well, and I'll see you on the next one.